Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Jimbo back for another daily detail tip. Yes, I am recording from the mobile recording studio, aka my car, for those of you wondering. Anyway, something that I'm definitely not proficient at all, not very good at, but trying to get better. And I'll tell you why I've been trying to get better, and I think it makes a strong argument for you to start implementing it as well. And what I've started to do is really, and it helps because it's colder out, but really wear protective equipment. So gloves, without a doubt, which I've sucked at, but I'm getting a lot better at. And then I've recently integrated the face mask, and I've done it because of one main reason. And there's like a close second as well. But the main reason is we don't know what are in these chemicals that we're using, that we're exposed to. And it's really one of the reasons why I don't have a van anymore and I put everything in a truck, is because I drove around for so long with those chemicals in the van with me without a blocker behind my seat, and they'd heat up and cool down and be used, and gas would spill and chemicals would spill. And some of these chemicals we're getting overseas, some we're getting here in the States. For you, those of you in other countries, who knows where they could be coming from. And what I've learned is that companies aren't always truthful. I mean, I don't want to be the negative Nancy here, but it's just, we don't know, and there's no way to verify, especially if something's coming from overseas. And this could even go down to towels, right? If you have a fresh pack of towels that you got at Costco, you really don't know what those towels, with that plastic, with that thread, yarn, whatever you want to call it, has seen, where it's been, who it's been exposed to or by. And I know it's like, well, everything is, you're exposed in every situation, and there's chemtrails and this and that. And it's like, yeah, but we're going to be exposed to environmental elements as it is. I don't want to be putting myself at any extended risk by working with these chemicals that are being sprayed and atomized and foamed and absorbed in my skin. And I'll be the first one to tell you, I do not like it. Wearing a mask and gloves, to me, is the most uncomfortable thing ever. And I can only imagine during the summer it's going to be even worse. Now, I don't wear a mask during the whole entire detail, but if I'm spraying an iron remover or acid or an all-purpose cleaner, and I need to start integrating it into my videos, because I've taken a couple APC shots straight to the lungs, and I just know that prolonged exposure to this stuff probably isn't the best. That's my main argument as to why how I've justified it to myself to start doing it. But not only that, we're in people's cars, and people sneeze and burp and fart and eat and are sick and go to the doctor in their car and touch their steering wheel and then itch their back of their knee and then itch their armpit and maybe their butt crack and then touch the steering wheel and then the shifter knob, and then there we are touching it with our bare hands, being exposed to all those elements. So that may be the number one reason for some people. At least that was my number one reason for gloves. The number one reason for mask have been that I don't really know what's in these chemicals and don't want to be exposed to atomized chemicals floating in the air and then floating down into my lungs, especially something like an acid, which used to not bother me at all. And then maybe I'm getting older and wiser, or older and stupider and have lost brain cells from taking too much hydrofluoric acid to the brain. I'm not sure. But in any event, definitely consider taking proper precautions with protective equipment. So mask, gloves, whatever. I personally am not a fan of reusable stuff. So I know there's like some people are wearing those elevation masks, they call them. And they'll wear those, I'm assuming, just not adjusting it for elevation. And same with gloves. A lot of people will use gloves over and over and over and use the same gloves. For me, that never worked because my hands get sweaty in gloves. And so, reusable gloves that you sweat in all the time fester bacteria inside of it. And I think the same with a mask. So I prefer just latex gloves. In fact, I have some on JimboDaily.com because JimboDaily.com is where I have all the equipment that I use and like and love and that I want to offer to you guys. And so So yeah, that's today's daily detail tip. Just wanted to share with you guys, this podcast isn't all about, I know everything and this is why you should listen to me. Sometimes, and most of the time, I hope it's just us all learning together. So this is not me nailing down the PPE law or to say that I've even nailed it. It's uncomfortable and I hate it. But I want to enjoy my life a lot more than be suffering later in life for something that could have been prevented. So hope you guys take those precautions soon, and I'll catch you on the next episode. See ya.